Welcome to Big Ten Saturday Night, presented by Discover. A beautiful sunny day in Southern California, nearly 80 degrees and the perfect backdrop for this Hollywood drama that's about to unfold on this field. Number 15 Michigan on the road to take on USC, fresh off their bye week and ready to get back on their Trojan horse. 4-1 on the season, led by Lincoln Riley. Here come the Trojans. It is a cacophony of noise already in downtown Los Angeles. Welcome to the Coliseum. Sunderland will send it away, and we're underway from LA. And this one will be taken out from just inside the goal line. King Miller goes to the outside, and we'll see where he stepped out of bounds. We'll see where they go with all the skill position players that they need. They've got McCree off to the right and handed off Wayman Jordan on first down. Generally a good idea as he gets met by Ernest Hausman after a gain of 3 for this USC offense. As Killian O'Connor got hurt against Illinois, will miss at least the next 2 games. Set up the screen, it's Jordan with good blocking in front, weaving his way through, and he's going to set up a 3rd down and 1 on this opening possession. 3rd down and 1. Lions, the tight end, in motion. And the handoff, Jordan surging forward, has the 1st down. And there's a lot of danger around Wayman Jordan in this run game with the way Makai Lemon has played on the outside. Jacoby Lane getting healthier. There is the first catch for Lemon. He's dangerous with the ball in his hands, and he's going to pick up 12 near midfield. Quick back to the line. Jordan stays in there on this entire drive so far. Play action over the middle, wide open. It's caught by the tight end Lions. Went up top to get it.
And the tight end right down the seam got him. USC upping the tempo right now on this drive.
Handoff, Jordan up the middle and delivers a little pain. Jordan gets a breather. Sanders and Miller both in there. And the handoff goes to Miller. And he finds just enough space to get inside the red zone. Sanders and Miller stay in there. Lemon, the motion man. 1st down from the 17. Take it one side, go to the other. It's Sanders on the catch and run. To the outside. And he gets decked out of bounds by Moore. Play clock down to 5. There's Jordan. 2nd and goal. He's got 5 touchdowns on the year. 5'10", 210. Following his blockers, he gets upended.
And his development has really allowed them to move Jayshon Barham to the edge.
Rolder and Sullivan have been big pieces. 3rd and goal. Mayava to the end zone. Touchdown! Jacoby Lane. What a start for SC down the field. So Sairi will come on for the extra point. He's been filling in for the man they expected to be the starting kicker this year, Caden. Sairi will send it away to Andrew Marsh, who had a breakout game last week in the receiving category. He'll let it sail over his head for a touchback. Let's go to KT.
As a coordinator, he said it was great. It was really a great move coming out here a day early.
From the 25, play action on 1st down. Take the shot down the sideline a little high.
And ran for almost 300. He's a much more of a threat.
We go back-to-back passes to start this game. Dump it off, Justice Haynes. The home run hitter will barely hit a single here as he... Underwood, quick throw, and another errant one at that, looking for Haynes. So Hudson Hollenbeck will be out for his first punt, and Makai Lemon back deep. We'll see what Lemon can do here. High kick. Lemon will have some room from just inside the 25, and he gets tripped up at the 29.
And so far, their offensive line off to a good start. A couple new starters up there.
This drive starts from the 29. Quick throw, Lane with a 2nd grab. Makes 2 men miss before he just ducks down. A gain of 9 pass yards as well as the total yards. And the rushing attack has been mighty impressive as well. They go back to the ground here. And the patient run forward.
Right now off to a 7-0 start.
Critical 3rd down and 1 for this defense. And they're going to get the stop. See that line to gain is the 39-yard line. He gets wrapped up before it, and I don't think the ball ever quite reaches the 39-yard line.
Could be quarterback run here.
Jordan shakes free. Jordan got it to the edge. Across the 45, still going. and finally stopped at the 49. Just loves the way that he has become a much more patient back. Quick throw, Lane's third catch. This time to the outside, gets across the 45 and then out of bounds.
Had a great year there last year, and now he's a Trojan.
From the 43, quick throw, quick catch. Here's Lemon. Sheds one, and then gets planted by Rolder.
Mayava looks beautiful right now.
8 for 8 start. Now it's first down from the 32. Ting Miller. Mayava scans, lofts, sideline, incomplete. It results in the first incompletion for Mayava. They split Wayman Jordan out wide on this 3rd down and 7. Mayava, Barham got there, quick throw, Lake McCree with room to run. McCree got a block, a lot more to go down low, he lost the ball, and Michigan is there. Hill knocked it out. 34 points off of the previous 9 takeaways. First run of the game for Justice Haynes, one of the best backs in America.
He has been better than advertised as a Wolverine.
Go right back to him, and he will stumble forward.
Linebacker and also out on the slot when they're in different packages.
Here, number 2 as defensive coordinator for Danton Lynn. Underwood on the run. There's the fastball to Samaj Morgan, who has struggled with drops, 5 of them on the year, but this time, by the emergence of Donovan McCulley and Andrew Marsh last week in their win over Wisconsin. Here is Marsh, the talented freshman, turns it upfield, slips a tackle, gets it across the 40.
And they slip Marsh out of the backfield quickly and get him the football. Nice design, quick throw for the first down.
Career high 80 yards on 4 catches last week. There's a handoff up the middle, and Haynes.
They only averaged 3 yards per carry. USC was pretty good most of the game.
Underwood to the air on 2nd down and 7 to the outside. It's caught by Marsh, and that's a first down.
And it's showing in big-time situations now.
Justice Haynes runs into a wall. Find his rhythm. 4 carries on this drive for 19 yards. And we've got the cheerleaders still on the field down there.
This is the formation they used primarily a year ago in Ann Arbor.
It's Haynes looking to bounce. Got a block. Justice Haynes, first down.
Great block by McCauley.
Kept him out of the Illinois game, but a big return for this SC defense. This time, Haynes has stood up. As you mentioned, he only played 12 high school games. He's supposed to be a senior this year, reclassified, and is already making an impact. Quick throw to Marsh. He bobbled and got it back.
In the last 4 games.
And a flag. Eric Gentry pointing towards that left side of the offensive line.
False start. 17 of the offense.
Underwood. Pressure off the edge. Underwood can't get away. And Lemon will be back at his own 10 to take it in. And this one angling. Lemon fakes like he's going there, and the roll is going to take it out of bounds at the... So this drive will start from the 10 for this USC attack. Wayman Jordan. And he'll pick up 4. Empty set on 2nd down and 6. Mayava 9 of 10, 106 yards and a touchdown on the first drive. This one over the middle, he just put it in the perfect spot. Walker Lyons, the soft spot in between 2. So fresh set of downs. This USC offense already 169 total yards. Looking for more with Jordan. Runs into the bear hug of Hausman and gets it to the 41-yard line.
You know, again, I went back and watched that game from last year. With about 8 minutes left in the first half, USC only had 14 yards of total offense.
Jacoby Lane has a first down. Miller will split out. Play clock under 5 for this first down. Good protection. Tipped at the line, and it was dangerous. Lions did have a chance at it. Highly ranked type of vibe, and one that could really matter for playoff implications. That was a backward pass that got scooped off the ground, but it's going to be a loss of a couple. See how conservative they stay or if they try to let it rip.
Barham is over the center right now instead of on the edge.
They bring 4. Mayava. Jump pass is dropped by Jordan. An excellent quarterback in John Latier, who really made them pay by getting out of a couple of what looked like should be sacks. Samaj Morgan calls for the fair catch.
So far, USC doing a pretty good job against their run. Only 13 yards. Of course, the sack on the last possession added to that.
On first down, it's Justice Haynes. And that is exactly what he's done all year. Another run of over 10.
On the field.
see the rushes of 40+. That was also his 15th run of 10+ yards on the season. Sets up first down from the 27. And he's going to chew up a couple more. He's not as stuck to it as maybe he was in the past. And this is the difference. The rip a little bit short from Underwood as he was looking for Morgan on the outside. He's 5 of 8, 43 yards to start today. It's a 3rd down and 3. Haynes. And he looks like he's got it. Just slipped through, slithering his way across for the first down. So sets up shop, first down from the 38. Feed the hot hand. Haynes, the stutter step. What looked like it easily could have been a loss turns into a 2-yard gain. Now on the field for the first time. Haynes has 51 of 83 Michigan offensive yards. Underwood knocked away by Gentry from the 41. Good protection for Underwood. Rips it. It's caught by McCulley. First down.
Because he's proven himself in that situation.
Play action now. Underwood. Uncorks. It's Marsh.
And just with the flick of the wrist, he gets it to Marsh. 2 good throws in a row.
Marshall's first carry gets dragged down across the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Spin to make him feel comfortable. Here's a big one for Marshall. Good hole, finds it to the 20. Not sure that Morgan was set, and yeah, they did throw that flag. Morgan looked like he was looking toward the sideline, and Underwood didn't have enough patience for his wide receiver there.
The snap, false start for 0 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Bredesen generally leads the way. You follow 4-4, the ball tends to do the same, and that's what happens here. Bredesen gets the block. Design run, Underwood showing off the wheels. Stiff arm on the outside, and it's a 1st and goal for Michigan. Averaging over 62 yards per game in the last couple. Hoffman, the motion man. Handoff from Marshall. Patient run. Tried to get out of that tackle and couldn't. They've got one-on-one coverage. McCulley at the top. Play action. Underwood's looking that way. Back of the end zone. There he is. McCulley, touchdown. Michigan is on the board. A 14-play drive brings out Zvada for the extra point. 7-all. Sunderland is going to send it away from Michigan. King Miller will take it from the 5. And Miller gets crunched at the 25.
Has done a great job there at 10.
Raymond Jordan on first down from the 25. He'll pick up 2. Jordan and Haynes both top 10 in the country in rush yards coming in. Mayava flushed on 2nd and 8. On the run to the sideline. They're going to call this.
Yeah, that's a catch. Mekhi Lemon just does a beautiful job knowing where the sideline is. Only has to have 1 foot in, and there it is. Left foot looks to be in. Right foot also. And a catch on the sideline.
So first down from the 45. Up to Miller. Middle. It is Miller across the 40.
Both guys have so much respect for one another and the jobs they do.
So 2 timeouts. 2 minutes to play in the second. And Miller is wrapped up. That extra effort is going to put him close to the first down here tonight. 3rd and 1. It's Miller. And it's a first down. 1 minute to play. Second quarter. Rusher up the middle. Leave it for Miller. Oh, the spin move. He lost him inside the 30.
The tackle in space is going to be huge tonight.
It's Miller up the gut. 5 straight touches.
A real question mark for the rest of this game.
Now first down from the 21. 25 seconds remaining in the second. Michigan brings some pressure. Lob it. Miller sets up his blocking. Spins close to the first down. Put Miller out wide on 2nd down and 1. 18 seconds left in the second.
Could be quarterback run here too.
Mayava scans. Mayava throws. End zone. Lemon. Oh, he makes the grab. Touchdown, SC.
But the route went outside, and Mayava put the ball right on the money.
Zaire extra point makes it 14-7. Zaire will send it away from Marsh. And this one will be fielded with a fair catch at the 2. Got to imagine Michigan will be fairly conservative here. And they will be. The handoff, Marshall up the middle. And he'll gain 4 yards before Shelby stops him in his tracks. What a first half. Sayuri boots it away. And this one angling to the back of the end zone. Let's go to KT. Into this season and is fairly capable. Maybe not the home run hitter, but we know that he can go out there and chew up yards. Not this time on first down as he gets swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
Against Illinois.
2nd down and 10. Quick throw, quick catch. And it's the tight end Hansen who makes the grab with a flag down.
Pass interference. Offense number 4. Penalty is half the distance. Control. Still 2nd down.
How is that pass interference, Terry, if he's going to get in position to block? The ball's in the air.
It's entirely too tight, Todd. I mean, you can't block before the ball's touched, but it is almost the exact same time. I don't see this as a foul. Very technical.
So a tough break brings them back, and the handoff from Marshall will get it across the 15-yard line. Rush comes. Underwood escapes. Underwood, shimmy shake, not going to get there.
So far for USC.
So the ideal start for the Trojans defensively gets the football back to this humming offense, and Makai Lemon will let this one bounce, and a bad bounce from Michigan at that. Lemon making his case once again. 4 catches, 63 yards, and that spectacular touchdown catch. To the sideline this time, Lemon.
Yeah, very similar to the catch we already saw him make.
Was that toe maybe down?
Goodness.
That might
looks
be
like
a
his
catch.
foot was down, and the catch is secured. Why are they not stopping this to take a look at it?
Because it's not that second touch. It was when he first gained possession, his toes might have been down. This time he gets blasted immediately after the catch. That's what I'm saying.
Play.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 6 of the offense.
Yeah.
His first such penalty of the game.
USC offense to a 2nd down and 20, or make it 3rd down and 22 with a run. Oh, they're going to get it. King Miller turns on the speed. He gets tripped up at the 20. Sets him up inside the red zone. Handoff. Miller slips through to the 15. King Miller extended action. He's up to 82 yards. Give it to him again. Miller to the edge. Miller to the end zone. Touchdown.
Beautiful job by the left tackle, Tobias Raymond. They pulled the backside tackle.
And he's got his 3rd touchdown of the season and of his career to make it 21-7. And he'll just boot it away. First down line brought to you by T-Mobile. Now's the time for him to show that poise. The 18-year-old will start this drive from the 25. USC brings 4, plenty of time. Fastball is caught. Morgan in motion on 2nd down and 5. Marshall on the handoff. Jump cut and a first down run. Picks up 7.
This USC defense vertically a little bit.
2 tight ends here. Marshall with a handoff, and this time it is bottled up. Marsh has 4 catches. McCulley has 2 in the touchdown. Now here is a run. Underwood does escape to the outside, but does not gain much. Maybe a yard on 3rd down and 10.
I'd bring pressure again.
And they do. Off the edge. Underwood. Incomplete. Hollenbeck had just a 28-yard punt in his last attempt that set up USC in great field position. They've got Makai Lemon back deep. And this one low and a wobbler is going to get Lemon some space from the 28-yard line. Tried to hop through, and then he gets dragged backward. Again, the punt coverage here on this wonderful Saturday night here in Southern California, and USC trying to drop the hammer. Now up 14, and King Miller getting it done again down the sideline and finally caught up. Another gash. Miller making the most of his opportunity with a 51-yard gain.
Well, they're going to pull the backside guard. They get good blocking by both tight ends in the game. And King Miller just continues to shine. I doubt King Miller woke up this morning expecting that he was going to get this many carries in the ball game tonight, but he is the go-to guy right now in this SC offense.
From the 24-yard line, Miller stays in there. up to 144 yards in the touchdown. Mayava, middle. It is caught. Jacoby Lane picks up 11.
Nice route by Jacoby Lane. Just kind of froze the defender at the line of scrimmage. Got separation. Look at King Miller, redshirt freshman. He has a twin brother, Kalen, who is also on the team, who's an offensive lineman. Kalen is 6 foot, 290 pounds. He's an offensive guard. King got a little different gene pool, I think.
He's 6 foot 210. There's just a slight 80-pound difference between the two of them. Who got top bunk? That's what I want to know. First down, fake it to Miller. Swing it, Makai Lemon. And the stiff arm evaded, but yeah, they had him wrapped up the entire way.
And that play worked earlier in the ball game, but that time Michigan was ready for it. They got out there. It was well defended on the outside.
So 21-7. Michigan is not necessarily a team that's built to come from behind as is. So keeping USC out of this end zone right now is paramount.
Well, they're not built for it, and they have not shown any ability to get explosive plays. They haven't had a play over 16 yards in the ball game so far.
That was a catch by Marsh. Miller, and again, well read by this Michigan defense. 6'1", 225 redshirt junior from Utah, mostly just to protect. Mayava has to get away. Mayava stays on his feet, eyes downfield, gets rid of it, it's picked!
Just a bad decision by Mayava. He could have run.
Second straight time. It was first the Hill punch out on McCree, and that one was when USC was threatening to go up 2 scores. Now can they pay it off offensively? Marshall snakes his way to the 10.
Well, they've got to stay ahead of the chains. They are not built to play behind the chains because they're not built to really just drop back and pass rush. And that's the strength of this SC team. They can rush the passer. They've got multiple guys who can get after the quarterback. So you have to stay on schedule so you can run, you can play action, and you don't have to just drop back and throw.
Second down and 4. Underwood to the air, wide open for Marsh, and he gets leveled, clotheslined on the back end of that by Gentry.
But he got the first down. Held on to it. This kid has proven to be a pretty sure-handed receiver.
Ooh. Right across the collarbone. Talked about the about 7-foot wingspan from Gentry. Used every bit of it there. But 2 plays result in a first down from the 16. It's Marshall on the delay. Jordan Marshall up the middle, and he picks up 12.
Well, they love this play. It's a little sprint draw, and watch Bredesen, the job he does right here. He's going to invite this guy upfield, throw him upfield, and then try to get to the next level, and they do a nice job with it.
Right back to Marshall. Finds the hole to the outside. Now he's chewing up yards, 10 more.
A lot of time left. 3 minutes and 25 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. Little momentum running the football.
Chip Lindsey, who's been working most of this game, all of this second half, without Justice Haynes, his go-to back, has had Marshall as the bell cow, and now Bryson Cusdall is in there, the junior from Grand Rapids. First down from the 39. It's Marsh. Gets it past the block of McCulley, but only gains a yard. Nice job on pursuit by Fitzgerald. So 2:45 to play in this third quarter. Underwood only at 92 passing yards so far. Marsh has 58 of those, including 6 of his 11 completions. Can they find a way to get McCulley more involved? Saw him in the red zone with a touchdown. Now it's second down and 8. Underwood. Oh, beautiful ball on cue to McCulley for the first down.
Well, he wasn't open right away, so he had to buy a little extra time and then flip the football. And again, just the arm strength when he just flicks it, pretty impressive. And McCulley, the big target, with the catch.
Longest play of the day. Another one right into the hands of Marsh. and he picks up 10.
You know, this is weird, but he actually looks better throwing the football off platform than he does when he tries to just drop back fundamentally and throw the football.
Well, he's put back-to-back. Those are tough throws to make. He's put them on the money.
Yeah.
Extra offensive lineman in there. Condensed stays in there at the back. Fake it to him. Blitz picked up all day for Underwood. It is incomplete. Oh, he put it up high for Marsh, and a great play by Nicholson to knock it free.
They went max protection and just two guys out, the two receivers, and he gave Marsh a chance. And credit Nicholson for not giving up on the play and fighting through there and knocking the ball out. It's a good throw. It looks like it's going to be a catch. And Nicholson, who is 6'3" as a cornerback, ripped the ball out.
Transfer from Mississippi State in his 5th year of college ball. Condensed. Blown out by Gentry.
Yeah, Gentry does a nice job because he's kind of responsible for the quarterback and falling in on the ball carrier. Watch him right here at the end. Now he's going to look at Underwood and then realize he doesn't have the ball and then quickly gets there for the tackle.
Lincoln Riley says he makes plays that on the board a linebacker doesn't normally make. Diagnoses it perfectly. 3rd and 10. Underwood, sideline, intercepted, picked up by Fitzgerald, and the freshman makes a huge mistake.
Morgan is going to be open, and he's going to force the ball outside to McCullough. He forces it, it gets picked off, and he just didn't read it correctly.
This drive will start from the 22 for SC. And King Miller up to 143 yards, has the handoff on 1st down. Slowed down immediately. They'll throw on 1st down. And Makai Lemon, good blocking. Lemon goes airborne. Gets across the 40 at an 18-yard gain.
Saw this play very early in the ball game. Design, screen, you get linemen blocking downfield because the ball is thrown behind the line of scrimmage. This is a Lincoln Riley special. I remember seeing him use it at Oklahoma. It's a really tough play to defend because if you throw it behind or right at the line of scrimmage, you can get linemen downfield and a nice conversion.
Fresh set of downs from the 41. Miller, the speed on full display. Spun down by Moore as we go down to KT.
Well, guys, Lincoln Riley told us yesterday that his team is making progress, learning to expect to win close games. And a win like this would go a long way. He said the bowl game last year was a big step for us coming back on A&M the way we did. We have to have those positive moments to reinforce what we're building. It's a painful process until you start breaking through, and this win would go a long way for them, guys.
Yeah, and he said that when he got to Oklahoma and he took over as the head coach, that was already instilled in that program.
Stoops, yeah.
100%. And so comes to USC where it just hadn't been the norm as much as it used to be when Pete Carroll was here in the early 2000s. And these are the types of games that you have to win to start building that mentality and believing in what's being built here in this program as Richardson makes the 1st down grab.
Well, and also beating ranked opponents. I mean, he's 4-11 here at SC, but he was great at that when he was at Oklahoma. I mean, he was, what, 16-5 in games against ranked opponents as a head coach at Oklahoma. So still kind of trying to change that over, an expectancy to win, particularly games in the 4th quarter and close games against ranked opponents. And they have that opportunity before them right now here in the 4th period.
He said he always knew the roster would take time to get exactly to where they wanted it to be, but the mindset would be the biggest challenge. Now the completion this time goes to Hines on the outside, gets inside the 40.
I just think the thing that has been on display tonight is a plan that has said, okay, we're going to get the ball out quick. We're not going to let their pass rush affect us the way it did a year ago. And we are going to run the football. And even with their down to their 3rd team running back, they are running it with great success. And when you have both things going, I don't care how good you are of a defensive coordinator, it's hard to call because you're not sure what they're going to do from down to down.
Lemon in motion on 2nd down and 2. Miller and fighting for the first down. What a game for King Miller. 14 carries, 154 and a touchdown.
Yeah, again, he probably woke up this morning and said, well, I might get a kickoff return. You know, I might be in on some special teams. Nope, you're the go-to guy. The two guys ahead of you are both out of the ball game, and he has taken advantage of the situation. Credit the coaching staff for having a third guy ready. Credit him for being ready for the opportunity.
So Wayman Jordan, the featured back, went down in the 2nd quarter. We saw Eli Sanders go down. He had 1 catch in the 1st quarter, and there is Jordan watching on as his teammates try to continue to extend this lead further. Miller, this time nowhere to go as he gets gummed by Derek Moore.
Remember, we talked about in the beginning of the game,
Big Ten type of game.
And playing with great physicality at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Cole Sullivan did get up on his own power after he was shaken up after the last play, and that's a drop. Hines was wide open, would have been plenty of space after the first down pickup.
Yeah, Hines heard footsteps on that one in Ernest Hausman. Kind of took his eyes off the ball, looking inside to the linebacker who was on his way towards him. And just knows that it was just a lack of concentration on that 2nd down play.
So it makes it 3rd down and 10, just outside of field goal range. See if Michigan can come up with yet another big defensive stop to keep it within an arm's distance. Mayava looking to the outside. That's going to be a hold on Miller as he shoved down the rusher. And Metcalf eventually gets Mayava on the outside, but this is likely coming backwards.
Yeah, well, and the question is now, do you move them back, which I think they will.
Still 3rd down.
It'd be 4th down if you decline the penalty, but it's still a very makeable field goal range. There's the hold.
Yeah, there were almost 2 of them.
Multiple, yeah.
Yeah. The first one was Banuelos, who took down Derek Moore, and then the second one on King Miller, working against Hausman. So this will back them up towards midfield and set up 3rd down and 20. Again, there's still plenty of time. 11:03 left. We saw Michigan moving the ball on that last drive before the interception. Bryce Underwood looking a lot more comfortable. A couple of nice runs by Marshall, up to 61 yards now on the day. Let's see if they can get one more stop. Fake it to Miller to the outside for Lemon. He's got a long way to go, and he won't quite get there. To the 37-yard line, he'll pick up 9. And now this would be about a 55-yard field goal if they did want to go for it. Zaire has made from 50, make it 48 earlier this year at Purdue. His one miss was actually week 3 against Purdue, 37 yards. He's 8 of 9 on the season, replacing the man they believed who was going to start in Chittenden, came in from UNLV. So 54 yards officially. Pepper will snap, Johnson will hold. Zaire will try to extend this to a 17-point game. And Zaire got it.
They don't have receivers that really put a lot of threat deep on your defense.
His defense gave up 290 rushing yards last year to this Michigan offense, only 119 so far here tonight. Now remember, Justice Haynes has been out for a lot of this game as this one goes to Marshall across the 30-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 31. And you mentioned that the passing game isn't dynamic necessarily yet. The explosive plays haven't been there. He's been the guy for explosive plays.
Well, he's been the explosive run guy for sure, you know, but you've got to have the kind of balance, well, kind of the balance that USC has, where you can run and pass effectively, and you can create some chunk plays with your passing. It was too hard to drive the length of the field just dinking and dunking.
Slight trouble with the snap. Underwood perfectly delivered.
Right there.
Marsh, nobody in front of him, and the freshman is gone. 69-yard touchdown. The freshman connection gets Michigan a bit closer.
That's exactly the kind of play they needed. It's cover 2.
See if they get him off the field on time. They do. but some confusion on the defensive side of things. Underwood, end zone, too high for McCulley.
He had him. I mean, McCulley had separation.
That one finishes up. Same with this one. That's now back to a 2-score game at 11. And Sunderland will boot it away. Fair catch called for and made. And if you do come back, you feel like you've got the momentum on your side should you go to overtime. But this defense is starting to pin their ears back a little bit more against the run. Rayshon Benny, first one there. See what Wink Martindale has against this Lincoln Riley offense. That's up to 422 yards of total offense. Mayava looking for a chunk and a little bit too high.
Because Zeke Berry kind of fell underneath this route, and it had to be a high throw over the top of Berry, and just too high for his tallest receiver. But that's because Berry was in position. If it's thrown lower, he's going to make a play on the football.
Remember, King Miller picked up that crazy 3rd and long on the ground. Right now he's split out wide, and they're going to motion him across on 3rd and 10. Mayava lofts it perfectly there. Lake McCree lost it at the end.
I think he was down already.
And they are going to rule it a first down catch of 20 yards.
A completed pass for a first down.
Take a look at the end. Big hit by TJ Metcalf. And the ball comes out well after he's on the ground, I think.
And they're going to get the play off regardless, so, or will they? It will not be a counted play.
Prior to the snap, first time out of the half, Michigan.
Officially a catch and officially a first down from the 45. Brian Jackson now the running back in there with Mayava to the outside for Lemon. He just squeezes it into tough windows. 5-yard gain to make it 2nd and 5. Let's see what they do with Brian Jackson staying there. 2nd and 5, fake it to him. To the outside they will go. Catch, run, first down for Jaden Richardson.
Off coverage, quick route, get the ball out, and then a missed tackle on Jaden Sanders, the freshman, and a first down play.
Michigan had to use that one timeout. In theory, you would think to potentially try to force the officials to look at whether or not Lake McCree survived the catch. They're still working on Justice Haynes, and as KT told us, he hasn't been ruled out of this game. You see he still has the pads on, but we haven't seen him in this second half. It's been all Marshall or others. Marshall now up to 67 yards. Here's a handoff. Brian Jackson around the edge, and Hausman wraps him up after a gain of 5.
A good job by McCree getting a block, and then Hausman. Kind of a slobber knocker out here right now.
That mouthpiece is flying.
As long as there's no teeth in it, you know, you're okay.
Yeah, that's what matters. That's why you mold it. That's why you boil the water.
Yeah.
Make sure that it fits your mouth. You know, you got to make sure that it's ready for game action. And Jackson appears exactly that. With another touch here. Scampers up the middle. And they'll roll him a yard, maybe half a yard short, as Trey Williams comes up and just gets enough traction.
Well, Jackson's a little bigger back, 235 pounds. Did a nice job running in between the tackles. If nothing else, just to give King Miller a little bit of a break.
So 3rd down and 1. We already, I mean, this is clearly field goal range.
Yeah.
Because of what we saw.
Well, right now you see a slower pace, taking their time in the huddle, using the clock the best they can.
Miller, he's got it. First down.
Now let the play clock go down under 10. Especially with the fact that they failed on that 2-point conversion. It's an 11-point game.
All Bryce Underwood can do right now is watch and hope that his defense can get the ball back for him. Something that Ernest Hausman has said. He's gone to his quarterback and said, hey, we got your back. We're going to get you opportunities out there. Just make sure that you're ready when your number's called. We're sticking with Brian Jackson now, the sophomore from McKinney, Texas. And Jackson gets away Jackson all the way. Touchdown, USC. Sayeri's extra point, 31-13.
Staying in the playoff conversation, but doing it the way they did, with physicality, defending the run, protecting your quarterback, running the football yourself. Credit to the offense and defensive lines.
Underwood on first down. He's going to have to sling it, and he won't. He gets wrestled down by Devin Tompkins. Loses 11 on first down.
Well, when you can rush with 4, this is Tompkins. He's going to get pushed inside. He's going to spin out and get to the quarterback. You rush 4, you drop 7, and Underwood nowhere to go with the football. Couldn't find an open man and couldn't get out of the pocket. And right now, USC not worried about the run at all.
Underwood, fade away, out of bounds. From inside the 15 for Underwood. Shovel pass. Marshall gets to the outside. Stays on his feet. Marshall down the sideline and finally gets ushered out of bounds at the 30. It's going to be 5 yards shy of the first down. And now 4th and 5. You've got to believe that Michigan is going to leave the offense on the field.
Yeah, they have to go for it. That was an incredible effort by Marshall just to get him that close. It was a very safe play. Marshall now a little bit shaken up at the end of that play. But a tremendous effort by him on that shovel pass.
Already playing without Justice Haynes for this entire second half. So now on a 4th and 5, Bryson Kuzdal is back on the field.
And he's just going to need to pass protect right here. This has to be a throw.
Rush comes. Underwood felt it. Behind Samaj Morgan, incomplete. And the USC defense puts their stamp on this game. Turns over Michigan on downs and slams it shut.
Well, this Kuzdal's new in the game, and he's late to the party. He's got to get over here faster. This man is coming. This man's coming. The guard and the tackle are occupied. He's got to get there sooner. And Underwood just had to sling it out of there to avoid the sack. That was the middle linebacker, Desmond Stevens, who was there so quickly.
You don't always see high emotion from Lincoln Riley.
Right.
You can tell how much this game means to him.
No doubt, no doubt. And again, they lost their last time out. They did not play well. They made too many mistakes. They had a chance to win. They couldn't get a stop in the last minute and a half of the game. Then they had to stew over it for a whole bye week and deal with it and make corrections. And a rejuvenated looking team tonight on both sides of the ball.
Handoff on first down. And Jackson, who had the touchdown, will gain yard. Officially credited to Sharon Moore is at Ohio State. They did beat Maryland in 2023, but it counts towards Jim Harbaugh's record as the flag is down.
Well, they had a good road win at Nebraska earlier, but he was on suspension, so that didn't count
All
for
11
him.
players of the offense were not set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, still second down. The clock will start on the snap.
Again, and every year's different, no question, right? But last year in Ann Arbor, Michigan ran the ball for 290 yards, and they knew they weren't going to throw it. USC knew they couldn't throw it, but they couldn't stop the run effectively. And tonight, with a better passing game that Michigan brought into the Coliseum, USC was up for the task in defending the run.
Second down and 14. And a major loss. Quick penetration by Trey Williams as he wraps up Brian Jackson. Likely take us to the 2-minute timeout unless Sharon Moore wants to take one of his final 2. So clock right now paused with 2:05. There was a helmet lost on the USC side. So player has to go off, 3rd and 19. And 2:05 left on the clock. So they're going to have to run another play before the 2-minute timeout here.
Please reset the game clock. 2-1-3.
Thank you, Francisco.
Thank you.
213. We are in Los Angeles, the area code 213. So not sure if he was maybe going phone number. Clock will start, and they will snap it and hand it off. Miller picks up 2. 20 years ago, the Bush push leads us to next week with USC and Notre Dame. As this punt will just fly into the end zone from Johnson.
Jaden Davis from Charlotte, North Carolina.
He went to McCulley on the first play. That was strapped by Nicholson. So Davis comes in. Mikey Keene is available and on this trip for Michigan, transferred in from Fresno State, but Davis earning that backup spot. North Carolina Gatorade Player of the Year a couple years back, just one game last year in a redshirt season. Here is Bryce looking on, disappointed, but we'll go back to the drawing board, and still a lot in front of this team. As Davis loses the ball, he got devoured in the backfield, and Michigan does jump on it with Evan Link. Devin Tompkins starting to make his presence felt.
Well, a little stunt. Tompkins is here. He's going to work to the other side, and El Hadi doesn't pick him up. For some reason, the left guard just kind of got frozen and didn't slide and pick him up. Davis new in the ball game, first hit, and coughs up the football. But again, this is a USC team that can rush the passer. Their second sack tonight.
Just hand it off, and Marshall will get back towards the original line of scrimmage. Set up 4th and long. And Marshall, who is already feeling some effects over the last couple plays, gingerly gets his way up.
This USC defense, they only had 21 sacks all of last season. They have 19 right now in game 6. They're through 6 games. Chance for another one here on 4th down.
Fourth and 15. Over the middle, picked. Bishop Fitzgerald has done it again. His 5th of the season ends this game in downtown Los Angeles.
Well, I'm not exactly sure who Jaden was throwing this one to. Not a receiver real close to it, and Fitzgerald does what he's been doing all year, picking off the football. A complete performance by the USC Trojans, offense and defense. And kicking game. Their kicker was impressive tonight as well with the long field goal.
Victory formation for the Trojans. Lincoln Riley said his coaching staff had to keep his players away from each other, from beating up on one another after the loss at Illinois, bye week, and a comprehensive win to follow for USC. 31-13. Lincoln Riley has a ranked Big Ten win here at home. Let's go to KT.
Coach, you said you wanted your group to learn to get the mentality to expect to win big games like this. What does this victory mean to you and your team and their state in the Big Ten?
That was awesome. You know, guys played hard. We were a physical-ass Big Ten team tonight. I know that.
Jaden,
our group
congratulations.
was physical,
A thrilling
defense was
victory. You
physical,
see the
O-line,
momentum in
guys
this stadium,
down all over the place.
smiles
we just
from
weren't
your
going to be
head
denied tonight, period.
And you were down to your 3rd running back, King Miller, a true freshman. What did he show you in his performance tonight?
He was unreal. He does what he's been doing in practice, and awesome seeing the group. Just the mentality, right? When you lose guys like that, really good players, you can either fold or you can man up, and our our guys just did a great job responding. King, the O-line, they were all incredible.
Defensively, you held Michigan to 13 points. How much discipline did that take from this group?
A lot. You know, we didn't have penalties. We did a great job not really giving them anything. I thought we controlled the line of scrimmage and got it done here in front of a great sold-out crowd at the Coliseum.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thanks. Fight on.
Well, look, you can say all you want of, hey, we block out the noise, we don't pay attention to what people are saying.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, everyone's human. And you got to know that these guys have heard over the last however many years, they're not physical, they're not ready for the Big Ten. You heard what Lincoln said first. We were a physical Big Ten team today.
They were the better team at the line of scrimmage. And that's saying a lot when you play Michigan, because that's what they're built on, right? But Lincoln was exactly right, and he should be ecstatic. They were really good on the defensive line. They were really good on the offensive line. And in the trenches, they were the better football team tonight. It showed on the scoreboard. It showed in the stats. It showed in everything.
The one thing Michigan had done so well all year, takeaways and then taking advantage. They had a ton of points off of turnovers, but 2 takeaways today, 0 points.
Yeah, it was, again, the SC defense did so many good things. They got the interception at the end, but big stop after big stop, and they just continued to put pressure on Bryce Underwood. And it just was a very impressive performance by an SC team coming off a bye that really wanted to get back out there and play and prove a point. And I think they made a very strong statement.
And at the end of the day, once again, led by their quarterback, Jaden Maiava, who moments ago talked to KT.